times in our history when a person, a leader, has had the ability through the things that they say that stir in people a call to action, to inspire them to do greater things. Today, I would like to share with you one particular speech that did exactly that for a boy from a tiny little town in northeast Oklahoma. On January 20th, 1961, John F. Kennedy gave his famous inaugural address, a speech that inspired the nation and challenged America, especially its youth. When John F. Kennedy spoke the words, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country," one 19-year-old man in particular took these words to heart and set out on a lifetime mission of serving his country. This young man had already started on his lifetime mission shortly before the speech was given. In his junior year, he left high school with all credits completed and was off to Oklahoma Military Academy. The young man had his sights set on maybe one day attending the United States Military Academy at West Point after attending OMA. Not long after Kennedy's speech in 1961, the young man's dream came true. That year, he was appointed by Congressman Ed Edmondson from Oklahoma to attend West Point. At West Point, he did exceptionally well in all of his classes and training to become an Army officer. Shortly after graduating from the Military Academy in 1965, he married the girl of his dreams and was off to Ranger School and then to flight school, where he became a helicopter pilot. He also went to jump school to learn how to parachute from planes and helicopters, and then headed to Vietnamese language school, where he became fluent in Vietnamese. All of his training was in preparation for America's rapid involvement in the Vietnam War. The young man and his wife now had a baby girl at home, but he had to leave them for the ultimate call of duty, to serve his country in the Vietnam War. While in Vietnam, he served as an advisor to the South Vietnamese Army, where he was able to use his ability to speak with them in their own language. He returned safely from Vietnam a year later, but after only 18 months, the young man was off again to leave his wife and now 2 children behind to serve in Vietnam for a second tour. This time, he was assigned to pilot helicopters into extremely dangerous combat zones. He also had numerous missions where he had to parachute from planes and helicopters into equally dangerous war zones. Over many years and tours all over the United States and Europe, the man continued to lead Army troops honorably. He continued to rise through military ranks, taking his family along for the journey to make stations to post all over the world. He was often separated from his family for great periods of time while serving in remote stations. Then, after 30 years of decorated service, he retired from the Army as a brigadier general. Even though the man retired from the Army, this man has continued working with the military as a defense consultant for the last 17 years. This story of one man's life, his great sacrifice, dedication, and service to our country for nearly 50 years of work, leading and supporting our military, is a perfect example of John F. Kennedy's renowned move. I am proud to say that the man in this story is the man that today I call Grandpa. He's known to many as retired Brigadier General Orland L. Mullen. Thank you, Grandpa, for all that you have done to help make our country such a great place for all of us to grow up and live in, and for doing so much for our country and most importantly, our freedom. Are there any questions? Thank you.